love those transitions.
And we're recording, right?
Yeah, we were still recording. I never stopped it from earlier. This will be a big editing thing on my end.
Okay. Alright, so is this you or is this me?
No, this is definitely you.
Okay.
The narrator is you now. And the other thing is, this is a scene that we've already done before, but I went ahead and went back to this because it leads right into the next scene that is new.
Okay, alright, cool. Alright. Somehow, this seemingly innocuous patch of trees is even more ominous during the day.
I just realized, would you guys like me to do a brief rundown of what had happened before this?
It wouldn't hurt, but if I recall... Actually, I'm going to say what I think happened, and then you can correct me, because that's the way my brain works.
Okay.
So, Dev, Cameron, chilling out, looking at ghosts, cool.
Well,
they have their
chilling
issues.
out, but anyways.
Dev wants to do it, Cameron doesn't want to do it, cool. They go to the motel. They see some scary shit, like really scary. And so...
Cameron sees Dev hanging in the closet.
Correct.
Yeah.
And Dev is like, we're done, you seem like you're really stressed. And Cam is like, nah, dude, I'm about this now. Anyway, they're driving home.
Something about seeing you hanging in that closet just did things for me.
So they're driving home, and he thinks he sees a kid. So the car smashes. Great, cool. Now they can't get anywhere, which is where we get our third character.
Also, may I pause real quick?
Yes.
The kid that they saw on the road was a young otter.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
It's what's his name?
Sydney.
It's Sydney.
Mm-hmm.
So he sees Sydney, and then they crash. So then they spend the night together. Cool. Next morning, get up. Shit happens.
No, it was not the morning that they did that.
Oh, it was night, wasn't it?
So what happened? They crashed at night, but what they did was then they went out into the forest to try and find cell reception. So they went back and walked into town.
Mm-hmm.
Cameron started having another vision of something. And then they heard some guy with a shotgun going,
yep.
Duke, you motherfucker, if you're trying to break into my house again, I swear I will pump you full of lead.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody in town disliked Duke,
Yep.
who was at that point then mentioned definitely was still in town.
Okay.
And then didn't Duke, and then so that anyway, Cam.
Yeah. They Devin's able to call Artie. They then go back to the truck.
Yep.
Stay there. Devin goes off back into town to collect their equipment and everything. Cam has another vision by the lake of a girl from high school who gets drowned by her boyfriend.
Yeah. I remember that.
So he falls into the lake. Artie comes in, goes, "Hey, party people!
Let's get high." Yeah. And then when they're high, doesn't Dev hear doesn't Dev hear the road talking to him and stuff?
No, that's a different thing, and that's Cam.
That's Cam. Yes.
So, they get high. Well, Cam and Artie get high.
Yes.
Dev's Then Cam realizes the error of his ways because he's getting a little too high.
He's super high. It's funny.
They go back to the hotel and motel. Maybe it's a hotel. I don't remember which one it is, but either way, Cam's trying to do his ghost thing there and contact the spirits, while Dev and Artie are staying back to keep a safe watch and allow Dev to have some privacy Cam to have some privacy while he does that. Mm-hmm. Only for then to see Duke fucking with Artie's car.
Yep.
They run back. Duke beats the shit out of them and pulls a gun at them and says, "How do you fuckers like being trapped in the murder town now?"
Yep.
Walks off.
About that.
Yep.
They come back, only to find out that Cameron has climbed into one of the hotel rooms and is having a really serious either panic attack or horrible hallucination. He's become paranoid, thinking that this is all a setup from Dev and maybe Artie to basically do some horrible fucked up prank on him, only for him to then break out and run down the road. Dev has a crying breakdown where he's like, "I did this to my boyfriend, I fucked up hard."
Yep. I remember that.
They then go down the road, find Cameron after he's hallucinated seeing a UFO in the distance, as well as hearing the road literally talk to him.
Yeah, with a bunch of voices.
And so Cameron's now like, okay, I'm not seeing things that are ghosts, I really am just crazy. So he's fluctuated back to that mentality, even though we as an audience now know, especially if you played Echo, oh, Cameron, sweetie, you were so wrong, you really are psychic, and it's gonna go horribly for you.
Yep.
From there, Cameron and Devin, they embrace, they meet back up, And then Cameron goes, wait a minute, where's Artie going? Why is he going into that bush over there to pee? So Artie went off to go pee in the forest, and that brings us to this point.
So
Okay.
they're
Now
catching up with him.
there was a scene after that we did see, but I'm not going to spoil it because I don't think people remember it that well. So,
All right.
Okay, I think I vaguely remember, but I won't say anything.
all right.
Yep.
So yeah, you've already said this line.
Artie?
Dev whispers
Sorry,
loudly into
Artie?
the trees. Whisper loudly.
Bartholomew?
Holding Cameron's paw as they descend into the ditch and over onto the forest side. They only take a few steps into the trees before Artie calls back.
Yo, just taking a whiz. Figured you guys wouldn't want me staring.
Dude, shut up.
Nope.
I think
Dude.
it's-
It's more whispery and very, very worried.
yeah.
Dude. Oh, right, because we've had shit happen. Dude. Shut. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, because remember, dude with a fucking shotgun lives around here.
Dude. Shut up.
Dev continues to shout whisper.
Oh, what's up?
Devon can see movement from Artie now. Some of the bushes about 10 feet ahead of them shifting.
This is where that shotgun hick yelled at us.
Oh, well, I'm almost done anyway.
Dev sighs, then notices Cameron with his ears low, looking anxious.
You alright, baby?
Do you hear, like, radio static? It's really loud.
Dev listens, but only hears some wind through the trees.
I think it's just leaves, honey.
But then there is something. Maybe what could be described as static.
Actually. Jesus.
He jumps as his phone notification sound goes off.
Well, I definitely heard that. I just think it's wind. I'm hearing it too.
He takes his phone out, seeing that an email managed to get through.
Welcome to Cottage Inn Reservations.
Fucking information. Dude, oh, this game came out in 2020.
Yeah, they're doing
So
this.
cute.
So the thing is, this is the interesting thing, is I thought maybe it might have been February, but because of that means they're firmly in March.
Okay.
Because the cancellations came
Late
in
March.
Not late March. It was actually
Mid-
March
early
13th.
March.
Yeah,
Early
but they wouldn't start canceling like hotels till like March 23rd or so.
I guess maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're definitely here in March.
Cottage
I
Inn
remember
reservations. Important booking information. Due to the ongoing public health emergency, all reservations have been canceled. We sincerely apologize. The notification banner cuts off there, and the surreal message makes Devon feel like they're isolated from the world, now more than ever.
Which also means, like, I'm thinking about this as well, that I do think it has to be early into the, like, everything getting shut down for them, and that their hotel just shut down early, because if they did go in not expecting the lockdown by that point, they were saying that, things might get locked down soon.
Oh, so it was like March
Yeah.
10th.
Yeah, like, it's gotta be, like, March 10th-ish or something like that.
Yeah.
Because, like, for this, like, if Dev really said, let's go into the murder town right as things might be already shutting down,
Yeah.
I would call Dev an idiot, and I don't think he's an idiot.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
I straight up I did not see my family that week, like the weekend of like March
Yeah, the spring
14th,
break,
15th or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, that might not be a smart move. But at the time, I kind of wish I did because that was like my last like hurrah for like 6 months.
Yeah, and it was around his brother's birthday.
Mm.
Oh, you already said that line.
Yes. He wonders if he should try to call the police, even though he still only has one bar.
If I remember correctly, like 911 works a little differently, where you can still access them even with low bars. Maybe I might be misremembering.
I've heard
that.
the phone can call 911 even if it doesn't have its SIM card in it.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I think you don't need the SIM card to call it.
Okay.
Because it's a public thing and it needs to be accessed because it's an emergency thing.
Yeah. That's important. At this point, he'd be willing to just let the authorities know that they're stranded before anything else can happen. Then, something out of the corner of his eye catches his attention. It looks like the wall of a structure of some kind. Beige and peeling. Hard to see through all the leaves and branches. Devin holds up his paw in front of Cameron, signaling for him to stay put before taking a few cautious steps further into the forest. He thinks it's a trailer, one that looks so run down he wouldn't be surprised if it's abandoned. What unsettles him is that it's buried so deep behind the trees, it's like it's meant to be hidden. He can try to make a call further down the road, away from whatever that is.
I'm here. No need to check on me.
Okay, let's go. I'm gonna make a call on the road, and we're going straight.
The look on Artie's face makes the bear pause.
What?
What the fuck?
His voice is quiet, but his tone is one of confusion and shock, staring over Dev's shoulder. Devin feels dread creep over him, not sure how something else could be happening right now. Something so terrible that Artie has that look.
Nothing ever goes right for poor Cameron.
Cameron, that's Cameron's rock band cover right there.
Just sad coyote on the
Sad coyote looking up,
into the distance.
staring into the abyss, with like a pretty forest in the background.
Cameron stands where he left him. Oddly enough, he doesn't even seem to be paying attention to them. He's staring up towards the trees, and Devin can see his eyes darting from left to right. His ears are laying back and twitching, like he's hearing something that's too loud. His breathing is heavy, and Devin can see his chest heaving. He's panicking again, but the reason for it is clear. About a single second is all Dev has to see it, and to hear it. And then it drops onto Cameron.
I love that little transition there. Just this quick. That's awesome.
Cameron is suffocating. Just moments ago, he'd been gasping for breath, feeling the invisible dread creep up his back, the deafening static growing in his ears. But now, it's completely black, and something has its limbs around him, fingers over his mouth and nostrils. He thrashes around, or at least he tries to. He goes through the motions, but there's no sensation of movement. A straining inhale of air drones right next to his ear, the thing pressing its head to the side of his face. Cameron begs it to let go, tries to call for help. Devin was in front of him only seconds ago. Or minutes? Oh. I can't remember, is that me or is that...
It can be whoever at this point.
Okay.
But this is still you when it's not italicized.
Yes,
Or
okay.
when it's just regular text, it's definitely an area.
Yeah, okay. The voice in his head returns.
Or hours. Or has it been years?
It doesn't matter when you're dead.
Cameron does think that he's died, and that he's in hell, because of course he'd end up there.
There is no hell. There is death. That is what happens to everyone, Cameron.
Cameron realizes then that it's not the thing holding on to him that's speaking to him. Because now, when it starts to speak, now is when it starts to speak. But it's not a voice he expects.
No! Get away! Oh, no, never mind. Let's go back. Let's go back.
Alright.
Come on. Just scroll back, please. Why do you fight me like this? No? What?
Is it not letting you do that for this scene?
Nope. Oh, okay, I just have to go that way.
Okay.
Professionalism.
Yay! No! Get away! A woman's voice.
Definitely not the woman. And you
Yeah,
don't,
I was
and
gonna say
for
that.
some of those words, you don't have to say that.
Beep, 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 squeak, squeak.
Because that is
Cheater!
that is a real rough thing.
Stupid cheater!
A man's voice. A sickening thud. The tone of the static changes, and Cameron knows he's listening to something different. A different moment.
He's dead. You can stop now.
Nah, he's still twitching.
And it continues. What sounds like someone screaming through a gag. A woman sobbing. A man begging. But then there's a shift. And though most of the voices were women, they become almost exclusively young men.
If you let me go, I won't tell anyone. I swear to God.
Oh,
No me mates, por favor.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah. Please don't kill me.
Mm-hmm.
oh,
Yeah, that is literally what that translates to.
oh.
Mhm.
Stop! Stop! Just stop!
And the voices blend together and go on and on and on. Meanwhile, Cameron goes limp, giving up, feeling as one with the voice that comes next.
Why don't you just kill me?
Devin watches as Cameron's body just goes limp. Though he tries to leap forward and catch him, the coyote slips to the ground at his feet. The bear instantly picks him up, or he tries to. Though it's something he had done many times before, he'd never done it while Cameron was so completely lifeless, and he struggles with the coyote's dead weight.
Cameron! Cameron!
He lays the coyote out on his back, hoping he just wakes up.
What the fuck was that? Dude, what the hell's that thing?
Whatever it was just seemed to absorb into Cameron, disappearing in an instant. Devin doesn't care. 2 days ago, he would have thought he'd give almost anything to see something like that. Now, it doesn't seem to matter at all. Cameron's chest, that had been heaving seconds ago, isn't moving at all now.
Fuck! Fuck!
You don't need to yell that loud. Just don't forget, I do have neighbors.
Fuck. Artie! He's not breathing, man. What do we do?
Holy shit. Maybe chest compressions, right? Right?
The panic is threatening to overwhelm the bear, his peripheral visual dimming, going dark, and he has to rest a paw next to Cameron's head to steady himself. He can't pass out now, otherwise Cameron would only have Artie to help him, and the cat is seemingly frozen, his fingers twisting into his head fur.
Why is this even happening? Why would he just stop breathing?
I do feel so bad for Artie, because think about it, from Artie's point of view. He literally just came down here because a friend said my car broke down, and he's gotten punched in the face, had a gun pointed at him, and now watch this.
Yeah.
Artie did not sign up for a ghost trip. He signed up for hey, I'm just gonna help you guys get out and maybe fuck around with the ghost stuff a little bit, only to have everything go south.
Yeah.
It's not good, man.
Devin tries to tilt Cameron's head back, straighten his torso so he can breathe.
Come on. Come on! Breathe, Cam. Just breathe. Please?
Devin rubs at Cameron's chest. It's such a desperate, useless gesture.
Do you know how to use CPR?
No!
Dev readies himself, wishing he could remember a single useful thing from the one day he learned about CPR in high school. All he remembers is tittering with his classmates about the female mannequin's chest and how they had to touch it. His vision blurs as he uselessly places his paws one over the other in Cameron's chest. And then a droning, ragged wheeze comes from the coyote's mouth.
Oh my god. Cam?
Another labored wheeze.
He's breathing.
Actually, I just realized I do know how to do wheezing sounds.
Yep.
Good.
It's called
breathing.
having asthma.
Right?
Terra's annoying.
I'm saying that it's called having asthma as you're saying that. Sorry, Seth.
He's breathing, right?
That's right, Cam. Keep going, baby.
He is, but it's still strained, like something heavy is on his chest. Not sure what else to do, Devin pulls Cameron into a sitting position, leaning the coyote against his body, and Cameron gasps.
Oh, thank fucking God. Just keep breathing like that, honey.
Yes!
Even Artie is crying, wiping his eyes as he laughs.
What just attacked him? You saw that thing, right? Or am I crazy?
Devin shakes his head.
I don't know what I was. I don't know.
Now Devin just needs Cameron to regain consciousness, so he knows he's okay for sure. Never had he seen evidence of, or believed that the supernatural could physically harm the living.
Let's get out of this forest, dude, in case it comes back.
Yeah. Alright.
He's very careful with how he moves Cameron, terrified that his breathing might stop again. But as he stands, cradling Cameron in his arms, he looks up. Standing 20 feet away, toward that trailer, is another bear. He's holding a shotgun.
And that's what it left off on last time.
Yep.
Now we are caught up.
Devin stares, feeling himself become oddly detached from the situation. His mind still overwhelmed with what just happened to Cameron. That's what he wants to focus on, but the shotgun has his attention now, and just for a moment, what Devin thinks about is just running.
Sorry, the reason why I was giggling a little was I was thinking for you, DJ, like, you know, it'd be really distracting if in the middle of class, like, the students, like, raising their hand, you're like, I'll get to you soon. They pull out a shotgun. I have a question.
Oh, no!
They are demanding your attention, then, aren't they?
Yeah, that is true. I don't have an answer for you. You need to go to the principal's office.
Answer my question, please.
We might need to,
Mr. Jad, what's 2 + 2? I'll probably wait for last name, actually, now that I think about it.
we'll get to that.
Oh, man. If he applies logic to this situation, he assumes the other bear won't shoot, but something in his eyes. Something is off. So, Devin says what he hopes will make clear to this other bear, that they're not a threat.
We need help. We're stranded and our friend is unconscious.
The old-looking bear focuses on him for several seconds. Devin hears the rustling of dead leaves and foliage next to him as Arturo moves. Suddenly, the bear swings the shotgun around to point to Devin's right.
So the person who normally would be voicing this is you, Hannah.
Yep, it's this asshole.
So, is this the bear? Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's this asshole. Fuck cat.
Don't you move, boy.
Hey, I'm sorry, don't you...
Arturo sounds terrified, his voice strained and high-pitched. The old bear stares at Artie for several seconds before pointing the shotgun down toward the ground, but only slightly. The bear gestures at the coyote.
You doing something to him?
What? Doing something? No. We're trying to help him. Something attacked him. We need to get him help.
The older bear grimaces.
What do you mean, something?
Dev hesitates, at least until the gun is shifted in his direction.
No, wait.
I'm not waiting. You show up on my property making all kinds of sounds,
You're standing there with a knocked out
Yote. Yeah, yote.
Yo.
Because some people refer to coyotes as yotes.
Huh. I never knew that.
Mhm.
Alright.
Hey, we didn't do anything to him. We're just trying to help.
The bear growls. I don't care if you're trying to help him, if you're trying to fuck him.
Since you're having an actual character, I'll take over for narrator just for this one scene since I'm passed the fuck out.
Okay. Alrighty. I want to know the truth, not that something happened.
The standoff continues for a few more seconds before Dev jumps in again.
It was something dark, like a shadow. I called it something because I didn't get a chance to see it, but it jumped on him and disappeared.
Devin realizes what he's saying as he says it, and half expects to be shot for saying something so stupid. I almost was waiting for you and I realized my problem.
I was wondering about that. I was like,
wait, hold up.
I swear to God, that's what happened.
The old bear's eyes flicked to Artie, and the cat quickly throws his support behind the ridiculous statement.
Yeah, that's what happened. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was there. It was dark and had red eyes or some shit. I don't even think we should be out here right now.
Devin, once again, wants to tell Artie to shut up. That saying more is going to make the situation worse. But instead of getting angry again, the odd expression comes over the other bear's face, one that Devin can't quite decipher. Then he finally speaks, casually bringing the shotgun up to rest over her shoulder.
and it jumped on him? That yoke there?
Yeah?
Alrighty. So I'm guessing y'all are on some drugs or some shit?
No.
Using out in the heat ain't ever a smart idea.
We weren't.
Devin trails off, realizing this doesn't matter at all right now.
We need to get him help. He's not waking up.
Devin kneels, resting Cameron on the ground as he half props him up, needing to rest his tiring arms. There's a pause in which the other bear just stares down at them, a pause that's long enough that Dev opens his mouth to speak again. But that's finally when the other bear seems to break out of his trance. Enjoy Brian in this art style.
Oh my gosh. Shit, of course. Sorry about the gun and all. It's just that I always got a bunch of coots on my property every now and then.
Coots named Duke. I actually am thinking that it probably was Brian's trailer that they were behind earlier as well. Because we don't know many other people who live out there. And honestly, Brian and Duke seem like the kind of people who would be, we're going to be the only people left in Echo after the fact.
Yep.
Maybe there's like another third person, but if they're there too, they're probably dead by now.
Mm-hmm.
Devin looks up at the suddenly friendly bear. Reminding him of Winnie the Pooh, maybe.
Dad.
Winnie the Pooh with shotgun.
Oh my god.
He does have a shotgun.
In the back of his mind, he thinks he can almost hear sirens. Very familiar sirens.
Shit's not even loaded.
The bear grunts as he brings the shotgun forward, pointing it back toward the ground, before it seems to break in half as the stock suddenly drops down. The bear turns to show them that the barrels are empty. That actually does make Devin feel a bit better, even if the gun had been pointed at them just minutes ago. The bear then closes it with a snap.
So, I think your best bet is to call the proper authorities so they can get some help out here.
Do you know how we can do that? There's no service here.
Of course there ain't, but there is service just outside of town to the east. Works whenever I go out there to make a call.
Dev's heart leaps in his chest at the idea that there might actually be a quick way out of this situation. He looks in the eastward direction, ready to set off immediately.
Hold on, it's a little ways out there. It's a pretty specific spot. I can give you a quick ride.
Oh no.
No more than 5 minutes.
The old bear turns away and starts making his way toward the trailer. Artie glances at him, clearly uneasy about all this. Dev is hesitant himself, because of course he would be. Anyone would be. But after everything they've been through, Devin looks down at Cameron, the coyote still breathing steadily, now looking almost peaceful. Still, fear grips the bear's chest. The fact that Cameron still isn't waking up is slowly increasing his worry to the point of panic again. So he sets his jaw and follows the old bear. He half expects Artie not to follow, but he does, and the four of them disappear further into the trees. So, for the next scene, or for the next few scenes, I'm actually going to hand off the narrating to you, Seb.
Oh, sick.